Hey y'all, this is the review for the Unit 6 test that you will take tomorrow, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so it list all the sample space for flipping two coins. Remember, you have two choices when you are flipping a coin. You can either get heads or tails. All right, so if I'm flipping two, you can either get heads, you can get heads tails, you can get tails, or you can get tails heads. Okay, so that is my answers. All right, so this is a six-sided dice. What is the probability of rolling an even number? All right, so we have six sides. That is our total outcome. You have three even numbers. That's 2, 4, and 6. So that will be 3 out of 6. And you can reduce it yourself. I'm not going to do that. All right, what is the probability of pulling a green and not pulling a green? Well, we have a total of 3 plus 5 plus 2 marbles, so that's 10 marbles. And to get a green, you have 2, so that would be 2 out of 10, and you can reduce it. And to get not a green will be 8 out of 10, and you can reduce it. All right, so that will be 8, which will be blue and red. So that's 8 out of 10. All right, use the chart to figure out your probabilities. So the first one, being a male and their favorite sport is basketball. So the keyword is and. So they both have to be true. So the only 22 males' favorite sport is basketball. So that would be 22 out of the total. So you will add 52 plus 38 plus 60, and that is 150. And the next one, being female or their favorite sport is baseball. So we're going to look at female being female. So that will be here, here, and here. And favorite sport being baseball will be these two. So remember, you only add the 45 once. So this will be 12 plus 16 plus 45 plus 15. And again, we're going to divide that by 150. All right, and the last one, your favorite sport is not football. So we're going to do not football. So let's erase the other ones before we get started with that. All right, so not football. You are going to include everything that is not football. So that will be your basketball and baseball. So you can add these two, and that will give you your number, or you can just add a total. So we can do 38 plus 60. And we're going to still divide by 150. And that will give me my probability. Okay. All right. So that is all you have to do with those problems. All right. Use the Venn diagram to answer the question. So we have at least one brother and at least 160. All right. The first one, it is 350 total students before we get started. The way I got that was adding this plus this plus this and plus this. So that's 350. All right, so the intersection will be where they're both, which will be right here in the middle. So that will be 110 out of 350. All right, you can divide it and get your answer. All right, the union is boys or girls. Union means or. I mean boys or brother or sister. I'm saying boys or girls. So we're going to do either or. So that means we're going to add everything in these circles. So that will be 95 plus 110 plus 98. And we're going to divide it by 350. and that will give you that answer. So that is the union. All right, let me erase that. All right, so not B. So not B will be everything except B. So everything except B will be 98 plus 47. So you will add 98 plus 47 and divide by 350. All right, the next one, D, the probability of S. So we want to include S, all of S. So all of S will be this whole entire circle. So we're doing the whole entire circle. So we're going to add 110 plus 98 and divide by 350. All right, the next one is the probability of S or not B. Remember the C stands for not. So this is only S and not B. So only S will be here, which is 98. 110 wouldn't be included because that's part of B. So that will be 98 divided by 350. All right, and the probability of B will be all of B. So we're going to find the probability of all of B, which will be these two. All right, so we're going to do 95 plus 110 divided by 350. And the last one, the probability of B given S. So my given is S, so that means I'm going to use S total. All right, so we're only looking at S total. All right, so B given S will be, if I add my S together, it is going to be 208. All right, so my B given S will be 110 divided by 208. And that will be my answer for that one. So again, given S, I'm only going to use the S total, and I will take the union, which is 110, and divide it by 208. All right, number 6. Write all of these in probability notation. We're going to use intersect, union, and complement. All right, intersect means and, union is or, and complement is not. So the first one, the probability of being black, that is just a single event. So just write the probability of B. The next one, the probability of not being black. So we'll do the probability of B complement. All right, that little C means not. The probability of being a black sedan. So that's and, black and sedan. So we're going to use intersection. So it'll be B intersect S. And if you want to, you can write that S intersect B. It's the same thing. And the probability of the vehicle being either sedan or black. So or means union. So this will be P black union S. If you put S union B, that is also fine. And the probability of it being a sedan and not black. So again, and means intersection. So we're going to do probability of sedan and not black. All right, and the last one, sedan or black or not black. So that will be the probability of sedan union not black. All right, and that's all you have to do with that. All right, here, calculate P union B using the Venn diagram. All right, so there's two ways you can do this. You can use the addition rule, which is the probability of A union B equals the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the intersection. All right, that will give me my union. So we can add those two together, 0.47 plus 0.58 and subtract 0.13. All right, the reason why this works, when we add these two together, just these two together, we add 0.13 twice. So we need to subtract one of them, so it will work using that rule. All right, the other way you can do it is you can just use the information that we have. You don't have to remember this rule. All right, so we can find out the missing probability here and the missing probability here by just subtracting. You can take 0.47 minus 0.13, which is going to be 0.34. And then to find this one, you will do 0.58 minus 0.13, which will be 0.45. And then you just add all three of these numbers in a circle, and that will also give you your union. Okay, so you can do this, and that will give me my union. Okay. All right, so use the Venn diagram to find the probabilities. If you notice, they do not overlap, which means that they are mutually exclusive, which means that A and B cannot happen at the same time. So anytime that you have two circles like this, that means that the two events cannot happen at the same time. So A union B, you will just add those two together. So you will do 0.67 plus 0.28, and that will give you that answer. Okay, not A. All right, so not A will be B, but we also need to figure out the neither. And to figure out the neither, you can do 1 minus the union, which is 0.95 if you add those two together. So the neither is 0.05. So not A will be B plus the neither. So this will be 0.28 plus 0.05. All right, the next one, not B, will be everything that is not B, which will be 0.67 plus 0.5, 0.5, I'm sorry. And the probability that it is not A or B is going to be neither A or B, is going to be the neither, which is 0.5. All right, the probability of A intersect B. All right, again, these are mutually exclusive, so that means that they will not intersect, so this will never happen. So we will say the probability is 0. All right, number 9. All right, use the Venn diagram to find the probabilities, and then we're going to calculate B given A. So the formula to calculate B given A is B given A equals the intersection divided by the probability of what is given. Okay, so the given is A. All right, so we're going to find the intersection, and the intersection is the both, so that is 0.25. And then we're going to divide it by the probability of A. Remember, the probability of A is this whole circle, so you need to add those two together, and that is 0.63. And we're going to divide that, and that will give me my answer. All right, here we're going to fill in the chart. So the first thing we're going to do is fill in the chart. So this is 14, 8, 10, 18. This is 48. All right, this is 24 and 24. All I did was add. All right, and then we use this to complete the table. So what is the probability that if you select from the female members, what is the probability that they're ninth grade? So this is going to be ninth, given that it is female. All right, so we go back to our chart. So female is going to be my total, which is here. And in ninth grade, that is 6. So that will be 6 over 24. All right, what is the probability of being female given that ninth grade? So it's female given ninth grade. All right, go back to our chart. All right, this time ninth grade is a row. So we're going to do 6 divided by this total, which is 14. And the last one, what is the probability of 11th grade given a male? So we're going to use the male total. And 11th grade will be 3. So that will be 3 out of 24. And y'all can reduce the fractions. All right, here we're going to use this to determine C given W. All right, so the given is W, so we're going to use W total. All right, to get W total, you are going to add these two together, which is 0.20. And then you do your intersection divided by the total. So it'll be 0.14 divided by 0.20. And you will get your decimal, and that's all you have to do. Okay. And the last one, using the tree diagram, complete the table. I gave you the missing part, so let me write these right quick. So this is 15 over 24. This is 0.6. This is 10 over 24. And this is 14 over 24. All right, so the first one, what is the probability of 2 girls? So the only 2 girls will be here and here. So you're going to multiply those together. So it'll be 0.4 times 9 over 24. And that will give you that answer. All right, the next one, a girl and a boy. So we're going to go back up here. So what is the probability of a girl and a boy? So we're going to use girl and boy. And we can also use girl and boy here. So we're going to do those 2 separate events. So we're going to add the 2 together. So we're going to do 0.4 times 15 over 24 plus 0.6 times 10 over 24. All right, those are 2 mutually exclusive events, so you can just add the 2 probabilities together. And the last one, the probability of getting a boy. So that would be here and here, these 2 here. That's boy. So this would be 0.6 times 14 over 24. All right, and that's all you have to do. All right, Make sure you look at the video and complete your review sheet. The test is tomorrow. Study, study, study. Bye.